Uh, uh.
Welcome,
Welcome,
Americans.
my fellow
Welcome,
Americans.
Americans. Welcome to the Mike Jones and Big C show. Listen, this is just a show. We're going to give our opinions and our thoughts of what's wrong with the world today, what's wrong with our great country, things that bother us, things that probably bother you. Uh, and we're just going to shoot from the hip. We're going to give it straight how we feel. And we just want to be the voice for the voiceless. You know what I mean? And keep it real and keep it
It's just nice to put your opinion
true.
out there. Yeah, for real.
Absolutely. Lots of things in this world in the United States bug us on a consistent basis. And sometimes you just need the vent. Sometimes you just need the vent and eliminate the BS that's out there. The mainstream media for one, they're always trying to put a certain wrinkle on things, and I just get tired of it. I get tired of the narrative that the mainstream media tries to portray, all the Karens of the world, all the Kyles. You know what I mean? And
For
it
real.
just gets frustrating. It really does get frustrating. So it's me and my cousin Mike. We were sitting here, we were discussing the other day, and Mike recently, not to get too much into your business, uh, Mike recently has been going through a bit of a separation with his wife, and it's been tough on him. I mean, when you go through a separation as the male, I mean, you're the one that has to upend your whole life. You know what I mean? You're the one that's expected to move out. You're the one that has to find a place to live. You're the one that has to figure everything out on your own. And he works a nighttime job that he relies on his automobile. And he was in a accident that totaled out his car.
Yep.
And he works full time, pays taxes on everything,
Yep.
pays taxes on everything, as all of us do for the most part. So he was expecting to get a portion back tax refund that he's been paying in. He's got 2 children that he gets to claim, and he was expecting a little bit of a helping hand with his tax return to purchase a new automobile, or at least a down payment. And he's getting pennies back, pennies.
Chump change. Chump change. Maybe enough for a car payment. It's
You know,
ridiculous.
what is wrong with the world today where someone can go work for 2 months out the year, gross $3,000,
Yep.
and then claim their 4 kids and bring home $15,000.
Right, right. And that's what I'm saying. I made a little over 50 grand, and apparently that's the mark somewhere in there, the 50 grand mark. Well, I'm independent contractor. I work for myself. So right off the top, they told me it was 6,500 for business tax. Now I'm in this new bracket because I was literally 1,000 over the 50,000 mark. And here I am. They're going to take 6,500 right off the top. So there goes both child income credits. There goes my dreams of finding a car. It's just kind of ridiculous. You work your ass off, and then at the end of the year, what does a lot of us normal people here at the bottom have to show for it? And I think that's where we're getting at, is how is it fair that some of us can go out here and we bust our ass on a daily basis just to get by. Just to get by, not have enough money for vacations, not have enough money for fun stuff. It's just to get by. And I make decent money, I like to think, and it's just I still feel like I never get anywhere. And now here I am in a situation where I need a new vehicle, and Uncle Sam has screwed me over again. I pay taxes on my taxes. You know, we all do. We pay taxes every time we go to the store. We pay taxes every time we buy something offline. We're constantly paying taxes on money that we're getting. We get the money, it's taxed, obviously. We get the money, it's taxed. And it's taxed again when we go buy a soda, when we go buy cigarettes, when we go buy anything, food, anything. And it's just, I was really expecting more, and I didn't get what I wanted. And it just makes you sit down and really sit beside yourself and wonder what the hell is wrong with the world. What the hell is wrong with some of the things that go on in this country? And that's what this show is about. This show is about everything that can be related to in the US right now. So it's a tough position. I don't know what I'm going to do. I still don't know what I'm going to do. And it's extra stressful. And then I got to sit here and watch these people that don't go to work. They don't do shit. They get free food. They get their housing paid for. And all they got to do is pop out some kids. And they do what they want. And half the time they ain't even spending it on their kids.
Half the time that's the thing, though, is that these people, and some people need help. And I'm not here to bash people that need help, but it's not welfare and public housing. It's not a career. And a lot of these people treat it like a career. They treat it like a career. They got the system down packed. They know how to run it. They know how to play it. These people go out and they get you're absolutely right. They get their food paid for. They're getting $1,000+ a month on food. They're getting their housing paid for completely. And then they get to go out and they get to work their part-time job for spending money. And then, every February, March, April, it's like they win the lottery because they get a $15,000 tax return.
Yeah.
And you know the type of people, because they're constantly buying the big screen TVs, and they're the people that have the 2 grocery carts full of food at the grocery store, while you're sitting there counting dollars because the 12 items you got in your cart is $150.
Right.
It's them type of people. Like, what does the world come to? I'm a homeowner. I pay taxes on my property that I fully paid cash for. I paid straight cash for my house. I have to pay property tax, school tax, whatever other taxes are involved in that. So the dollar that I earn, that gets taxed. So I bring home 2/3, 3/4 of the money you earn.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, everything I have to purchase gets taxed.
Nope.
And then at the end of the year, me working hard, my wife working hard, we have to file taxes after paying taxes on everything, after taking $30,000 in taxes total from us over the course of a year. Yeah, we get told we owe you $2,500.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? And I have 2 children too that I claim. I owe you more money? You didn't take enough from me?
Yep. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Absolutely. Another thing I wanted to touch on here tonight. Did you catch the halftime show last night at the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Now, I guess I'm not woke enough for it. You know what I mean? Because you got the woke people out there. This is the greatest halftime show ever. To me, I thought it sucked. I thought it was absolutely pathetic. First off, I couldn't understand half the words he was saying. I don't know what message he was trying to put out there, but it went over my head. And I'm a fan of hip hop music. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of hip hop music.
For real.
But to me, this wasn't, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, he was supposedly giving some type of message out there. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I thought it was absolutely horrible. but this woke culture that he was trying to tell a story how his people, or he's so deprived, or he's so ridiculed in society, while you're walking around in your $1 million necklace around your neck. You know what I mean? Like, I just
Yeah.
I don't get today's youth, this woke culture.
Yeah, I really didn't pay much attention to it either. I mean, the only thing I'm a hip hop fan too. Like not like us. I listen to Kendrick. Like it's fine. I don't live by Kendrick. Like I don't have it on all the time, but I still knew like the Drake part was coming up. Like I got that part when he talked about Drake. I mean, everybody knows about that, but I didn't really get the message. I don't understand what's going on in this country. I don't understand why there has to be a problem in this country. There's no reason for the racism. There's no reason to hate each other. Like we all live in the same space. We all work similar jobs. We all do similar things. Like it's just, why is there always got to be a message? Why is there always got to be something? Why is there be something made out of, I don't know. It frustrates me. I just don't get it because
So they're just trying to create more divide between us.
And
like,
that's what
why does it gotta be that? You knew that, like, whoever, not that they had a halftime show a couple years ago, and it was a great success, and it was hip hop music, and most people loved it. You know what I mean? Maybe hip hop's not your cup of tea, but whoever was in charge, which I'm pretty sure that Jay-Z's in charge of the entertainment, like, you knew what this was going to do. You knew it was going to have backlash from a certain group of people. Mm-hmm. You knew it was going to cause a problem. Why do we continuously cause problems between us? For what? What is the reasoning behind it?
And I thought, like, honestly, I always looked at the Super Bowl halftime show as a family thing. I looked at it as, you know, my kids would sit down, and, you know, a lot of kids know all this music. I mean, my kids knew some Kendrick music and stuff like that, but there's some people that just aren't. I don't know. I just feel like it was literally towards one crowd, and you'd have to actually just like him or know him, or as in other years, like there's multiple talents. You have your headliner, but then like you said, the other year we had Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and Eminem, and like you had a whole list of stars. Like that was a good show. But to put out Kendrick, who I don't consider that big, I mean, he's a big guy. He's big, not like in a famous sense. He is big. It's just I don't find him as big as like Eminem and all these other people.
To me, it's not really that, though. It's the fact that he had alternative motive behind his music and what he was doing that was just trying to create divide between people.
Right.
It's not about if he was popular enough, which Kendrick Lamar is one of the most popular rappers in that genre. You know what I mean? He just won 1 million Grammys. You know what I mean? Like he's very popular. So it's nothing to do with that. It's just the message and the divide that was caused because of this. You knew there was going to be an outrage by the performance.
Yeah.
And then you add on to the underlying message, because you got the people that understood the message he was trying to put out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're describing it to the people that didn't understand it whatsoever. And then once they understand after they've been told about it, they're just becoming enraged more. You know what I mean? Because, oh, you're attacking me, or you're definitely attacking a certain type of people. And then you're attacking the people that didn't enjoy it. You're attacking the people that didn't get the message, that weren't woke enough to get the message. I don't know how much, like, I didn't understand what was being said. I mean, did I sit there and try to dissect it? No, I didn't. But as I'm reading comments about what people thought about the halftime show, if I didn't understand it, I need to open up a book and I'm what's wrong with this world. Like, oh, yeah. So you're attacking me. You're attacking the people that didn't understand it, that didn't get the message. And it's just a constant attack on one another. The fact that Samuel L. Jackson was a black Uncle Sam, all the symbolism, for what? For what? Why do we continue to do this to each other as people?
Yeah.
I mean, you're never going to get rid of the racism in this country. And
Not by putting
it's a terrible thing.
it
People
is.
aren't born that way. People aren't born that way. If you put two-year-olds together, one black, one white, they're not going to treat each other no type of way because one's black and one's white. They're not going to do it. It's something that's taught. And we continue to inject society with the issues that people complain about.
Right.
And if we continue to do that, how can we complain?
No, it is. It's like everything is always magnified into something. It's like, people hurt each other. People do bad things to each other. But it's like it's always made into something bigger on different levels. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just it's taken to a different level. It's always got to be about race. It's always got to be about race. Anytime there's an opportunity to throw race in there, it's race. And I find that difficult to deal with because, like, how can you have a disagreement with somebody, even if it's not racially related, but then you make it somebody's got to make it racially related. It's because he's racist, or it's because he doesn't like black people, or he doesn't like white people, or why does it have everything has to get turned into that? We are all God's people. We all live on this planet. We all live in this country, this great country. There's no reason for anybody to hate on anybody. And that's the way I look at it.
Is this country so great though? Are we free? Yeah, we're free for the most part. But is it so great? They continue to hold us down. You know what I mean? And I'm patriotic. I support the United States, and I want to be the greatest country in the world. But look at healthcare. Look at how they rob us blind in taxes. How can you better yourself? You work overtime and they take or you earn a bonus. They take even more of that than what they did out your initial check.
Right. Well, I mean,
I don't know what the percentage is, but I know if you get a bonus or overtime, they're taking 25%. Like,
I know.
It's absolutely, you can't, you make a little bit more money, you fall in a different tax bracket, and then boom, you know what I mean? You're making less money.
It killed me. It killed the hell out of me. Like, I made just under that last year, took on extra cash, and I got a decent return last year, but now I'm in over the 50,000 mark, and I get taxed like I'm making 150K. Like,
you get a promotion. You get a promotion at work, and you think you think you're doing better for yourself in life, and in reality, you're killing yourself. And then the wide range of these tax brackets, the wide range, what's it go from 50 to 150? So if you make 51,000, you're getting taxed the same as someone that's making 150. That's not right. How's that right?
Yeah,
I got to pay into the government the same amount as someone that makes 150. Why isn't there? Is there a limit on how many tax brackets there can be? Why can't it be 50 to 60 got to pay this amount? 60 to 70 pays this amount. 70 to 80 pays this amount. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's a travesty, and it's hard to get yourself and grow out of it's hard to get yourself out of the current predicament that you're in.
Yeah.
You can't, it's almost impossible to go from lower class to middle class and middle class to upper class.
Yeah, you're digging a hole, somebody else is pushing dirt behind you.
Yeah, you would like to think that that you're middle class, but in reality, we're probably low class. You know what I mean? And the people that we think are low class are like poor. You know what I mean? Like poor.
Right.
But it's absolutely ridiculous and then where's this money go? Where's this money go that they take from us? It goes right into supporting the people that don't want to work. It goes into why are we giving if you're giving Sally and her 5 kids, who she continues to get pregnant by Tom, Dick, and Larry, if we're giving her free food, free shelter, free healthcare, why are we giving her $15,000 in tax returns because she worked 2 months?
Exactly.
She didn't pay $15,000 in taxes. Why is she getting $15,000 back in tax return?
Exactly. Should be going into the system. That should be going back into the system to help feed them and help do all that stuff. We shouldn't have to sit there and foot the bill for everybody and not get nothing in return. And then it makes it even worse that not only does our tax money go into that, but it also goes into people who are in this country illegally. And that's another tough subject to talk about. And, you know, I don't hate anybody. I don't hate on anybody. Like, if you come here and you bust your ass, you do your job, or you come here the legal way, which I don't see. Like, I can't go up to Canada unless I get a passport. You know, I can't just be like, oh, I can't live here. I need to cross your border. I need to come live with, you know what I mean?
That's only in good countries that you can't do that. Because I had went to Mexico and they have no problem let you in Mexico. You can go to Mexico,
right,
with no passport.
Yep.
But I mean, that's just, it's the good countries that aren't trying to let you in like that. You know what I mean? Because they got certain standards and certain benefits of living there. We're gonna keep this first episode semi-short because Mike's gotta get to work. One thing we'd like to do is a segment. Trump said what?
Trump said what?
So Donald Trump made headlines and made news when he addressed the men, if you were born a man performing in female sports, he put a stop to that, correct?
Correct. He said there is two genders in this country, and that's male and female. Which
now, go ahead.
No, listen. You do what you want with your life. I won't judge. I don't mind. But when it comes to putting a man that was a man that was born a man, but now wants to identify as a woman with other women in their sports, I just don't see the fairness in it. There's no fairness in it at all. And it's sickening. I don't understand how. Is this what part of being woke was about? I just don't get it. I'm lost because I didn't know it was going to be okay for men to be competing against women. First off, you're taking all these credits from women. You're taking their records, their whatever. You're taking everything from them because you are born a man. You have certain you just
chromosomes.
You have certain chromosomes. You're built different. We're bigger, faster, stronger. And that's just, how can you put a man in a woman's sport and think it's okay? I never got that. The whole thing that's bothered me from the get-go. That is what our country was becoming. And I'm happy that Donald Trump has seen that and has put his foot down on that part. I'm very happy for that. I worry about that stuff. I worry about that stuff with my kids. Like, I got a beautiful daughter. Like, I don't need some man hurting my daughter because he's playing a sport that he shouldn't be playing in, or trying to go in the bathroom with my daughter.
It's not just basketball. It's not just swimming, which we've seen numerous. You know what I mean? You're absolutely right. Men are bigger, faster, stronger. We're just built that way. It's just what it is. And, you know, a man's not allowed to take a performance enhancing drug. They can enhance them as a man, but you can tell me that a man can. We're talking about combat sports too. Like, men are trying to physically wrestle, box. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Why wouldn't you? If you don't have a personal life like that and you're struggling, maybe you're a amateur boxer that can't beat men. Why wouldn't you? Why? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? If you don't have nothing to lose and that's your whole life, and you know what I mean, you're not concerned with the whole changing of. I mean, personally, I wouldn't be like, all right, well, I can't win as a man, so I'm gonna go become a woman. Like, that would go against everything I believe. It go against my personal life. You know what I mean? But some people, this is all they have. That's all they have.
Well,
or maybe they actually feel like they are a woman. You know what I mean? I can't say that they're strictly doing it so they can win. But at the same time, like, and I don't have nothing against these people. Don't get me wrong. Am I okay with you sharing a bathroom with my daughter?
No.
If you're legally born a man and you want to have a sex change, or if you want to be a woman, if you want to dress like a woman, I have no problem with that. I do have a problem with you using the toilet with my daughter. I do.
Yeah, because you get these men who are out there, like, they use the system. They might be pedophiles, they might be this, they might be that. Oh, well, if I show that, if I say that I'm a woman, I can go use the women's room. That's free access for anything. You're allowing this stuff to happen for these perverts. It just doesn't make sense. When did it be? And then on the sports part, when did it become okay? I can't get in a fight with my wife. I can't get in the fight with anybody. If I hit them, I'm a piece of shit. I'm going to jail. There's no questions asked. But then you got men going in, like you said, combat sports. Oh, but now it's okay. It's okay because you identify as a woman that you can beat on a woman. No, I'm sorry.
They're hurting them. They're hurting them like would be expected.
Right.
Like if I hit a female, I'm gonna hurt her. It's an unfair advantage. The fact that they allowed this to happen. I remember seeing it.
All because they're worried about what other people are going to think. People's balls have been dropped in this country, and that's the problem. People are too afraid to stand up for what is really right and what is really wrong, and that's the issue. People are afraid because now they got this cancel culture. Oh, you say something that one person doesn't agree with, they blow it up, then everybody doesn't agree with it, and then you're this big monster because you believe something a little bit differently than somebody else, and it's a joke. It's a literal joke. What happened? This is the land of the free. You're allowed to have your opinion. You're allowed to voice your opinion. That's perfectly fine. But why did people have to be torn down because they have a different opinion or a different view of something? And that's what it comes down to, really. I don't know.
I heard that Kamala Harris, is that her name? Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I think so. Kamala.
That she was gonna pay for these people's sex changes in prison. Like, what are you talking? So what? They can go to female prisons?
Our tax dollars. This is our tax dollars.
Yeah, our tax dollars are gonna, you know what I mean?
No,
just support these people, give them free sex change. Like, what are we talking about?
Our country's trillions of dollars in debt, but it's okay to waste billions of dollars on getting some dude his pecker cut off. I don't understand that. Now, if you're sitting there telling me, oh, I can go get free cancer treatment because all cancer's covered, okay, I can roll with that. Like, that's helpful to us as a country. But when you're telling me you're wasting our hard-earned money on a guy to get his dick cut off, and it's optional, and people say it's not optional because, oh, well, they really are a girl. They feel like a girl, and I respect that.
They're not.
I respect that you feel that way. But the fact of the matter is, when you came out that vagina, you had a penis. You are a man. You don't get to go back in and say, oh, I want to be a girl. It's not a video game. You don't get to switch from male to female. You are what you are. You are what you are.
Like on these bathrooms, they have multiple different like pictures now. Like there is two sexes. I am sorry, there's two sexes. This whole transgender, I can't get on board with it. You know what I mean? Like, I respect everybody. And like I said, I don't have a problem with anybody, but I'm not okay with these men that want to be women in sports. And I'm not all right with them using the toilet with my child.
Forcing themselves into situations that they know goddamn well they shouldn't have no right doing. And that's what it comes down to. I'm not saying all of them do take advantage of the system, but it's just a problem. We have a problem in this country anyway. And it's, let's add something like this. Like, I don't understand. You guys, you're born a man. You're born a man. And I respect, you feel like a woman, be a woman. You want to get it cut off, be cut off, but don't enter yourself into the bathrooms with my kids, and don't enter yourself into sports that are for women. It's not fair. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. I mean, I don't I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I think that it's wrong on lots of levels. Then you get these people that go out there and they trick men into thinking that they're women.
Yep.
Like, I don't have the option. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a lot of men with real feminine characteristics. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
you go have a sex change on top of it, and like, I've seen the videos on Snapchat and stuff. The crackhead looking girl puts on makeup and she looks like a 10. You know what I mean?
Nope.
These men are doing that, and they're going to the bar and tricking you.
Yeah.
Should I not have you feel like a woman, so you're not giving me the option. You're trying to get one over on me.
You're sitting in the corner making out with somebody who you think's this hot chick, and all of a sudden somebody comes tap you on the shoulder, is like, hey man, you know that's a dude, right?
Nah, she don't got a pecker, she got a pussy. What? You know what I mean? Like, man, excuse my language.
She got that surgery, bro. I'm telling you. Oh, come on, man. Like, now you're putting it on somebody who deserves to know. There's so many angles you can go at with this. It's not right. The sports thing and the bathroom thing, whatever. You guys live your life, and I respect that. I won't give you shit. I don't care. I want you to be free. That's the beauty of living in this country. But when you force yourself into situations you have no business being in, that's when it becomes a problem. I don't want a grown-ass man sitting there listening to my daughter piss in the bathroom. I don't want a grown-ass man sitting there eyeballing my daughter as she's washing her hands. I don't want a perverted man to come into a bathroom and take advantage of my daughter. It doesn't make any damn sense to me, because it gives pedophiles, perverts, an avenue to take, because they have a problem keeping themselves away from people. And that's that.
Absolutely. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll probably try to make a show every Monday, go live Monday around 9:00. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. We'd love to hear your opinion on these matters. Again, we're just expressing ourselves and some of the problems that we see around the country and things that really bother us. And I'm sure they bother some of you too.
We will start putting links in the chat for if you guys want to stop by and give your opinion. We are open. We black, white, mixed, anything, Asian. There's no racism here. It's just two guys that, you get fed up. You want to express yourself. You want to talk about the things in our country. And sometimes it's hard to do that. It's hard to just be yourself and say, hey, listen, this is an issue. This is why it's an issue. Let's have a discussion. And, I think that's part of the problem, is people are just afraid to have discussions with each other. So from now on, I'll put the link in the chat. You stop by, you want to have a discussion with us, you can click in. We'll let you in, as long as you keep it civil and nice. Whatever, we can have a discussion, a serious discussion. And we don't condone racism. We don't condone hate. We don't condone any of that stuff. So,
and maybe you can change our minds on certain aspects. You know what I mean? Maybe you can. Maybe you can enlighten us. Like I said, we'd love to hear from you. We have no prejudice here. It's a healthy debate and things that bother us in this country. But thanks for stopping by the Mike Jones and Big C show. Brought to you by Game Changers Media. We appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you next Monday.
God bless America.
Peace.